Hello and welcome to the Easily Excitable podcast. My name is Topham and with me this week is Dom. Hey man, how's it going?
It's going well, Topham. How are things with you?
Yeah, things are going alright. I've done the thing that I'm always chastising myself with and responding to a qualitative question with yeah initially. So that always gets on my nerves when I'm just like, yeah, I'm doing alright. No, it should just be I'm doing alright, thanks. Oh dear. Oh well.
That's a very British thing. Like most of the Brits do that. They go, I'm alright, or yes, I'm okay, or yeah, it's like I do it, you do it, Andy does it, like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I've noticed it plenty of times. I'm just like, why do I do that? And now you say it's a British thing. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because the Americans don't do it.
No. So I've been trying to intentionally get rid of that, but it's kind of like a tell as to whether you're speaking to a British person or not. I went to a bar the other day and was chatting to someone for 50 minutes, and then at the end they're like, oh, you're not taking the piss, you're British, aren't you? I'm just like, yeah? It's like, I just thought you were putting the accent on for a laugh. I'm just like, why would I do that?
There's so many Americans who say stuff like that. I think I was watching an interview, I think it was Tom Holland, so Spider-Man, and this was some absolute god awful, YouTuber interview kind of thing. And the first question the guy asked was hey, why are you putting on that British accent? And you could see Tom's face just sort of drop, and he's really confused. He's like, because I am British?
Yeah.
And no, the guy's like, no, you're American, you're putting the accent on. He's like, no, I'm a Brit. I'm putting on an American accent most of the time. This is my actual accent. And the interviewer's just there not believing him at all. And it's just dude, do your fucking research, man. If you're going to interview someone, Christ. Anyway,
yeah,
slight tangent.
It's crazy. Anyway, so this is the last time Dom and I will be recording a podcast together on as part of the Easily Excitable podcast. This will be episode 190, so that will come out. I'm looking forward to it coming out, but I'm going to go to episode 200. I kind of have guests planned for the remaining episodes. As to which episodes they go to, who knows? But the original idea and concept behind me starting a podcast was kind of just to talk to my friends to get myself more comfortable using my words correctly and just being able to talk more with general people at random on just anything that people wanted to talk about. I've kind of got better with my word choice and things like that, and thinking, and also when I've been just doing solo podcasts as well, I've kind of developed my skills as to be able to script those things and just be able to put my thoughts in a concise manner so that I can kind of script just the podcasts, potentially script videos and do other things. As I'm moving into some work, hopefully sometime soon, which we'll get onto in a second, it kind of became apparent that over the last year, my love for creating podcasts and my desire to continue creating has kind of waned. So I don't want to drag it out too long. I just want to say, okay, these are the last ones I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap it up at episode 200. I'm just going to chill out. I've done 200 episodes of this and 100 episodes of Topham Chats before that, and a few episodes of the Community Notes podcast that I did.
It was 100 episodes of Topham Chats?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
fuck. So that means I've been doing this for 6 years. And so that's kind of crazy. I've been doing it for 6 years, and yeah, I feel like I have improved in my talking to people. The ability for us, for example, me and Dom, to record for an hour. Initially, my lack of ability to maintain a conversation and just hit the points that I wanted to hit without getting diverted down a sidetrack, and that happens all the time, was kind of minimal. So the podcast would tend to be between 20 and 30 minutes. Whereas now, if we've okay, we've got 3 or 4 ideas, let's just go and record. We can go for up to an hour, if not more. There was one time we recorded for 50 minutes and then talked for another hour and a half, and it was just oh yeah, that's what's cool. But at the same time, now I've got this experience, I can do this with anyone that I want to, and that's great. And I also need to be cognizant of the fact that I do need to reach out to people that I record podcasts with and talk to them when I am not recording podcasts. Kind of getting rid of the podcast, hopefully that'll encourage me to be like, oh, I need to jump in and chat to these people more often, rather than just being like, oh, I'll talk to them on the podcast, that's fine, because it's kind of a more formal conversation that's kind of directed, whereas the two just need to turn up with people and just be like, yeah, let's just play some games and chill out and hang out.
We've been pretty terrible at that, to be perfectly honest. Like, the only times I really chat to you is when we're talking to the podcast, which is a shame, because I genuinely enjoy, chilling out and even not even playing games with you, just whatever. But the chats are, for us specifically, and I know for Emma as well, this goes the same. Like, the chat's open, the Discord is right there. So
absolutely, yeah. I'm like, I need to go into like Good Great Gamers Discord more and just chat to people there in general. I do spend a lot of my days at the moment before I'm like find a job. I'm spending a lot of my time just playing games with the same people. So I'm talking to them, playing games with them all the time. And like the podcast initially was just an avenue for me to get to know and meet people. Because the original iteration of Topham Chats was a podcast where I just interviewed various members of the Rooster Teeth community, and then it evolved, and I think I did about 40 episodes where I had a different guest each week for nearly a year, and then I was just like, okay, this is kind of unsustainable, because then I needed to reach out to new people wouldn't be interested, or whatever. It was difficult, and then it evolved into me talking to people that I regularly talked to at the time. And there was about 260 episodes like that, I guess. And now I'm just at the point where I'm just like, okay, I've got everything out I wanted. I'm happy with where it's at. I never ever care. Well, I now really don't care for social media that much and building a presence that way. So the fact that the podcast is going on still is just because I enjoy doing it and having fun with it. And so I never built a following. I never went out and sought for people to listen to it. It was a thing for me to create, for me to put some creative energy into, and just keep myself entertained and work on some skills while just having a good time doing it. And I just hope that the skills that I've learnt kind of don't fade over time. I know roughly how to put a video together. The things I've really learnt are, scripting and just putting words together and being able to have a conversation with people. And like I've already said, I never set out to build an audience for it, and just the decline of my use in social media kind of just tells that whole story. I don't want to go out and just badger people, be like, do this, follow me, listen, watch. Because that to me is just something that I'm not interested in. So it's just been wild trying to figure that out. Over the last few months, I've just been like, what am I doing? Because I don't get many people watching the videos, I don't get many people listening to the podcast. But I'm creating it for me, and that was always my intention for it. And now it's served all the purposes I want. I feel comfortable bringing it to an end. But so I went on a big monologue, and I did warn Dom that I was going to do this. So
I was forewarned. So no, I'm still here and I haven't fallen asleep. I mean, those who listen to this will probably have their own comments on this, and I think that it's a very good thing in a way. Mm-hmm. There's nothing worse than continuing to do something when you're not gaining anything from it, be that lack of enjoyment or lack of personal growth. If you feel that something has achieved its purpose, mm-hmm. then you stop doing that thing. You run it. If you want to try and run a marathon, you stop trying to train for a marathon until you're just like, until you've done your marathon, or until you've decided you've done enough of them. Yes. You don't do it for the rest of your life. And in that way, bit of a muddled analogy, but still, in that way, I think the podcast has done well for you, and it's done well by you. And I mean, it's obvious from the the number of views on YouTube and things we get from these. Like, even the guests barely listen to each other, to be honest.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Which is unfortunate, because I do try to tune in when I can, but things just slide as is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a shame to close this chapter, but at the same time, I think you've done a really good thing and recognised that this has served its purpose and served its time. Yeah, and equally, sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I was going to say something along the lines of, I've got out of it what I want, and I hope that anyone that's listening to it have got out what they want as well. There's been times where I've gone on like philosophical rambles and just like, oh, this is the kind of thing. There was like an episode I did with Andreas towards the end of last year that like really sticks out to me, where I'm just like, oh yeah, that like my brain just connected the dots for some things. I was just like, I was really happy with how it ended up going, and yeah, I just make one or two notes like while we're recording and things happen. And yeah, I think it's kind of just allowed me to do a lot of things. Anyway, please continue what thought you were.
Yeah, I think I lost myself in the flow there, so I've actually kind of forgotten what I was going to say. No, it's okay. It's like I said, it served its purpose, and you've done what you wanted to do with it. And this evolved a heck of a lot since the initial days, as we said, and this isn't, in terms of work intensive, this isn't horrendous. So if you come to a point like 2 or 3 months down the line when you're like, you know what, I miss doing the podcasts, then you can just pick it up again.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a hard thing to just be like, right, okay, so that, you know, if you turn around and, you know, 6 months time, maybe a year's time, and just like, no, I want to do these again, but maybe a different format, maybe with more people, maybe like just a one-on-one, maybe like round table or something like that, like, or maybe one-on-ones, or maybe you just want to start doing your monologues, like maybe that's something you want to just start doing, and you just pick up a microphone and you just message people, and people will probably just come do it because it's interesting, and it's a thing that we all kind of share in the weird like offshoot of Rooster Teeth that we all kind of are. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but at the same time it would be more of a shame if you continued doing it and you hated yourself for it. So
yeah, exactly. I've been finding the motivation to get it done hard recently. There's been a few weeks where I was like, oh no, I ended up doing back-to-back solo weeks just because I was like, oh, I just didn't reach out to anyone to record a podcast, and it's like, so it's kind of in the back of my mind. It's just like, I just wasn't thinking of it. So and yeah, that was the thing that made me realise, I'm like, oh, I'm not actively thinking about this or trying to pursue it. I'm doing it as like a passive thing that I just do because it's something I do, not something because it assists in my personal growth in any way. So yeah, I think recognising that has helped me just come to terms with it, but we will see. And yeah, there's like one thing I want to talk about initially, like straight off that, is that the way we started talking and doing everything was the fact that we were brought together by our love of Dark Souls. And I'm just like, I watched a one of the people at AGDQ run Dark Souls 1. Regal's run of Dark Souls 1 was just mental. There's like things they've discovered that I have no idea would happen. Like, if you get hit between the between the chapel where the gargoyles are on top, on the stairs down towards where the blacksmith is, and you like deflect at the right time and roll at the right time, it glitches the camera so it looks like you're dead, so you can run straight into Sen's Fortress, and it's like, there's a couple of, like, that's not the only way. There's one or two. That might be the most recent way. But I remember watching a speedrun a few years back where the back of that game was broken when guys figured out how to get into Sen's Fortress like immediately. Yeah. Like that was it. That was like the absolute destructive moment. I mean, Dark Souls always has a place with that, because Emma was chatting about this the other day, because she's also obsessed with the game, or was, and she was saying she was thinking of buying the remaster on PC, which we kind of discussed it, and we were like, actually, maybe not a good idea, because apparently it's just full of fucking hackers on PC. But it's just like, we both have the Prepare to Die edition. If you want to go back and do it, like, let's just play some. And like, I booted up Dark Souls 2 the other day. Like literally this year, like January. I'm looking at Steam now, January 14th. So what, 2 weeks ago from the recording? And I'm just like, I'm like, I missed this game. Like, I'm a bit of a heathen. I think my favorite Dark Souls, like looking back at it,
it's probably Dark Souls 2, and I don't know why. I just really got along with that game, and I've really enjoyed it. And that's also, I think, hold on. Yeah, that's also the only Dark Souls I haven't beaten every boss for. The only boss I have yet to defeat in a Dark Souls game is in that game.
Right.
So it's kind of this like, yeah, I know. It's kind of this like, I don't know. It's the bosses, they added in the DLC, which were kind of like meant to be done as summons. Like they were kind of designed to be done with other people.
Okay.
And nobody plays the game anymore, so the fucking chance of me getting a summon is pretty much zero. But yeah, there's these bosses in the last DLC, in the Ice DLC, which is just fucking impossible, man. Yeah. And I keep doing it, I keep trying it, and I'm gonna get it out. One day, I will succeed. One day. Yeah. But until then, nah. Ain't happening.
Yeah, I think the hardest boss for me in Dark Souls was Manus from the Artorias DLC. He always posed me a problem, so I ended up to beat him was always wearing the thick black iron armor, and just tanking the shots with as much HP as
get much HP as you can and as much dark resistance as you can, and you can almost walk through that as long as you have high enough dark resistance. Yeah. But yeah, the Manus was Manus was rough.
Yeah.
I will argue that Four Kings is tougher on higher new games.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Like
because it just becomes a DPS race.
It just becomes a massive DPS race, and it's just like you just have to go down there with like either the full Havel set or the full I've forgotten the name of the set now, but it's the like the Guardian, like it looks like the golems that are near Willow in the Forest, past Andre. So you know, the forest golems, like the big fuckers with the hammers. But before the Moonlight Butterfly, those guys, there's the armor set that looks like them. It's either that or Havels you need for 3 kings, or 4 kings even.
4 kings, yeah.
Always posed me a problem. Like of the Lord Souls, that was always the one that caused me the problem. Mm-hmm. Like even in like just normal new game. Just I don't know.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Nito was always a problem for me until like I figured out his movements and just if he's gonna scream, just run away.
Nito's really esoteric. Like Nito can really mess you up if you're not careful.
Yeah, it's also like he has those 6 skeletons with him and just keep respawning.
Yeah,
like, I think that
you can stop them from respawning though if you have a divine weapon. I think
that's true. Yeah,
which I almost always just pack. I think there's a divine like mace or divine spear which is just around somewhere.
Yeah, you get it early in the game.
Yeah, you can get it early on, and I just like pack that with me no matter what I'm running. I'm just like, right, get the skeletons down to like 0 health and just bonk. So just stay down.
Your offhand and
just stay down, please.
Were there weapon swaps? Yeah, there were. Swaps
yeah. It wasn't as easy in Dark Souls 1 because you. Oh, actually, well, depends what you mean by weapon swaps. Like you can have more. You have like 2 sets of weapons, but
have 2 sets of weapons.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant like, you know, the stupid shit that people do where they like swap out and they parry you and then they swap out their entire armor set just to style on you.
Yeah. It's just mental. Anyway, I just wanted to have a little chat about Dark Souls just to reminisce for old times. And I did that. I successfully did it.
So I did before we close out the Dark Souls topic. I did see something fucking amazing the other day. So, do you ever come across the YouTuber Sunlight Blade?
It doesn't ring any bells.
So he did like top 10 Dark Souls things for ages, and he like asked for submissions from the community, and it was like, you know, top 10 like stupid kills, top 10 interesting builds, top 10 like epic ranged battles, top 10 co-op battles, top 10 anti-ganking, this, that, and the other. And he did one recently, which was just like, just generally, we haven't, like, because he stopped for a while, and then like he came back like a month ago and was like, you know what, guys, I'm just going to do like top 10s just every now and again when I feel like it. If you guys are still playing Souls games, that'd be great. Send me in. And he's like, oh yeah, top 10 just show them top 10 PvP moments. You guys go out, you guys just do some stuff. And somebody sent in the clip, and it was Dark Souls 1 after Artorias. So there's that little bridge by the bonfire.
Yeah.
So that's like a PvP area, really, isn't it? There's a lot of people there. So a guy was summoning in phantoms, and he got to the point where they got 3 somehow. I can't remember. So it was him, and it was like the main guy and 3 others.
Uh-huh.
And one guy got a parry in on somebody, and because they were just like all 4 of them were just fighting each other all at the same time. Yeah. And then one of them gets a parry in, and the other 3 just swarm in, and all at the same time it was a triple riposte, and just completely just destroyed this one poor sod of a phantom. No. And it was just like a synchronized, like, just stab, and then they all had the hornet ring on, so it was a stab and then slam into the floor. Uh-huh. It was so bad, but it was one of the best things. Anyway.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, kind of missed that game, but at the same time, I know how many hours I spent in it. So
this is true.
Who knows? Oh well. Yeah. So how are things going in general?
In general, things are going alright. It's been an interesting sort of week and a half, because I've only actually been back in work from Christmas for about a week and a half. Because I spent 3 weeks over Christmas. Sorry, moving my girlfriend from the US to the UK. So I have stolen one. And I just spent the week after that sick in bed, just coughing up a lung. So that was fun. Not really. So I've only been back in work about a week and a half, and lo and behold, I get back and everything's on fire. Well, not literally. Hopefully not literally. Especially my line of work.
Yeah, especially you.
Yeah, everything's just fallen to shit. And basically what it was is because I'm not like high up in the company. I'm like, I'm an engineer. Like I know what I'm doing. I'm working my way up the ladder, but like I'm like one step basically up from a graduate. I'm not very far up this chain, and that's because I took a year out and I quit my job and kind of tried to go into a different path. But what it means is that I'm doing like a lot of the odd jobs, and I'm doing a lot of the stuff which is like, tracking when things are supposed to happen, like when meetings are supposed to be scheduled with outside stakeholders and this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. So I disappeared for 4 weeks, assuming that my boss, I passed him all the information and was like, here's everything that I have, here's all my notes, here's all the key dates. I need to disappear for 3 weeks, and then I took 4 weeks off because I was ill. And I came back after week 4, and I was like, right, okay, so are we ready for this meeting? It was supposed to be on Thursday the 30th. And he turns to me and goes, what meeting? I'm like, we literally were told by the government regulator that they wanted a meeting on Thursday the 30th. What's happened with it? Have we done anything? And he's like, oh yeah, I've been swamped with work. Nothing's happened. And I'm just sitting there like, it's not my job to put this together, because I don't have the expertise to be able to get people in place and know what we need to report to them at the time, because that's a communication between him and the regulator. And I was assuming that over Christmas, the fucker would have done backs and forths, like talking about the next engagement. So he had to send an email on Friday basically being like, so remember that Thursday meeting we were supposed to have? Yeah, that's not going to happen. So that's like egg on our fucking face moment. So they're not happy. Which is fun, because the regulator is my old employer. It's the ONR, it's the people I used to work for. Yeah. So I was just like, you can't do this to these guys because they will not fucking take it. And he was just like, it'll be fine. And then, lo and behold, Monday, his manager gets a fucking direct phone call, and he's just in the absolute shit. So I'm just like, well, I fucking warned you. Like, I gave you the dates. This is your own incompetence. I didn't say I haven't said that to him at all, but I'm just like, oh. Anyway, so it's kind of in a fun situation right now, because like I'm taking on stuff and I'm doing work and I'm in a good place. I've had a long holiday, I've had a long break, and everything sort of above me in the management chain is just exploded into an argument, and I'm just sitting here just like eating popcorn and just watching it all happen, and it's fucking great. Like, nice. don't get me wrong. I like my managers. They're not bastards or anything. I do enjoy their company, and when we're outside of work, like we're all just like, right, we'll leave work behind. We just go to the pub and just chill out and all that. And it's not malicious in any sort of way, but I just find it amusing in a nihilistic sort of sense that I like. Come on.
Yeah.
There was one date you had to remember.
Yep.
One date, and I told you like a million times, and you fucking forgot. I saw you note it down in your pen in your notebook as I told you. You asked me to clarify the date, and you still forgot. Useless bastard. Anyway.
Crazy. So yeah, that all seems like it's gonna be keeping you busy.
I'm keeping busy. But no. So you told me before we started that you got your work visa December, which if anyone is listening to this and has listened to the previous podcast, I guess they already know that. Or do they not?
I think I've talked about it already. I can't remember. I think. Well, I can't remember when I recorded the last 2 podcasts with guests, and I'm sure I've spoken about it on like one I've done solo. But yeah, I've got my employment authorization and my travel permit. I'm looking for a job. In 2 weeks, I'm going to be back in the UK for a week just to catch up with my parents, and so that's all going okay. I'm looking for a job right now, and that's kind of soul destroying. I thought I wasn't particularly happy, like when I was just sitting around, just waiting for paperwork to come through. But now, like, I'm actively looking for a job. I'm way more miserable than I thought I was when I was.
You'll get past it because like a year, just over a year ago. Like I've only been in this new job for a year now. Like about 18 months ago, I started looking for a job, and it's rough. There's no way around it. It is rough, and for you, it's going to be even rougher because you're in the US. So people
oh no, actually, I was going to say something, and then I realised that you were also out of a job for quite some time. So there's going to be questions.
I was out of the job for like almost a year at that point. It was I think 8 months. I was out of the job at that point, and it was the question was like, what happened? And you actually have a pretty decent excuse.
Oh, I haven't had my work permit. I haven't actually been legally allowed to work in America.
Whereas I had to come up with some bullshit about being, looking, doing a bit of soul searching, and just basically, I just fucking got so fed up with engineering that I didn't want to do it anymore. And I tried something else, and that didn't work. And then I realised, well, I have to go back to engineering now because I can't do anything else at the moment. Which you can't tell an employer because then they're just not going to employ you. So,
Yes.
Whereas, for you, the question will get asked at the start of the interview. The first fucking thing they ask you, it's what did you do? Yeah. What did you do? Like, why have you been in work since then? You just say, you just tell them.
Yeah, it's not a difficult answer.
No, it's not a difficult answer.
Which I'm lucky about. So, but yeah, I've been looking for the last 3 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I was in Aspen snowboarding. So, let's...
Right, yeah, so you've just started this procedure. Yeah, it's soul-destroying, but, man up. Shouldn't say that. That's a horrible term. But, like...
No, I've been looking since I got it. Mid-December until mid-January. Then I had a week away. And then now I'm looking again since I got back last Monday. And I'm just trying to figure that out. And then... now I've got this trip booked to the UK, so I'm just like, I've got to keep applying. But if someone wants an interview, they have to be aware.
Well, I mean, nobody's going to ask for. I mean, I don't know. I assume nobody's going to ask for an interview for like the next day or the next 2 days.
Rachel went to an employment agency.
Yeah.
On a Thursday, over a holiday weekend. There was something available on the Tuesday, so she went in for an interview, and then went for an interview 3 hours later at the place she was working. She now works.
Oh wow! Okay.
So it kind of happened really quickly, and I'm just like, that's really crazy. I hope that is just really crazy and a one-off situation.
And that's not how the US. Here. That's just not standard for the US, because that could be just standard.
It could be as well, because it's like an at-will work. Environment, so you can just get hired and fired in a moment over here, which is it's just so alien to me as well that your job security is nothing.
It's pretty dire. Yeah, it's pretty dire. Like it's like I feel like I'm not, but like being as a contractor, I feel like I'm kind of sitting on thin ice at the moment, like in terms of job security, because I could go in next week and they decide they don't want me, and then that means I'm back in. But then that means I'm back in the contracting office looking for another role, but I'm still getting paid, so that's okay. I would just get massive amounts of pressure from up high from the contracting agency being like, you need to start earning money, which is rough, but that's okay. But yeah, it's just like there's so many things they could just fire you for, and like just the fact like you have like statutory leave, but it's like that includes your sick days if you're like just drastically ill, like you go to hospital. Like they can just fucking fire you if you like injure yourself and put yourself in hospital for like a month. It's just like, damn, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know how you... Yeah.
I don't know.
You're gonna...
Doesn't matter.
You'll manage.
Yes, absolutely. So,
what sort of jobs are you looking for? Because before you were doing... was it fertilizer before?
Yeah. Fertilizer company that did liquid manufacturing stuff, and I was quality environmental health and safety manager. Environmental health and safety over here, obviously different due to rules and regulations being different.
Very, yes.
Rules, regulations and legislation being different. So I'm just like, I don't really want to go into that field. I'd rather just stick with quality for the time being. But that is a difficult field to find something in. Mainly because when you search for quality assurance in any way, you get all the computer jobs. And I'm just like, well, I don't know how to use computers in that way.
Yeah.
And so it's difficult to like try and find something. And then I can't work at food plants, or more accurately, I don't want to work at food plants because lifelong vegetarian, don't want to handle meat in any way.
Good plan.
Wouldn't know what I'm looking for. That's also a reason why, even if the opportunity arose and someone was like, oh, you can come work at a restaurant for a while as a server, I couldn't tell you what's a steak and what's chicken. I'll be honest. I'm not... I just don't know, like, what meat comes from what animals, like, as it's prepared. Obviously, I know that steak comes from cows, but, like, yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Like, if somebody asked, like, what's in this meat dish, you couldn't... Like, you had no idea.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, if I was, like, carrying dishes to the table, I'd be like, here's a dish. I just wouldn't be able to, unless I'd been told explicitly every time, and that'd be a drain on everyone around me. So
yeah.
It's kind of why I'm not like, oh, just go and find anything available. It's difficult, but at the same time, it's necessary because
you also don't want to be a server. You also don't want to be a server in the US because they get paid less than minimum wage, which that's the whole thing. But yeah, I get the point. And to be honest, you don't want to work at a food manufacturing plant anyway. Like, just not even for the fact you're a vegetarian. Just like
the standards are ridiculous. I just don't want to deal with HACCP.
No, yeah, you don't want to deal with it. Like I couldn't stomach it. Like even working in one in the UK where the stand, it's very different. We treat the food, we treat the meat very differently. I couldn't work in some place like that. I just couldn't.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking for anything and everything that's kind of suitable. And now, like, there is something I'm still considering, but I'm not talking about that right now. But I want to set up my own business. This is a different thing to what I was just alluding to. I kind of want to set up my own business, but I also need to gain money first and.
You need capital to be able to put down payments and buy stock and all that sort of stuff.
And Rachel and I need to get a house and I need to get a car. But at the moment, I'm driving a massive pickup truck.
How's that?
Oh man, it's an adventure. It's massive and I'm tiny in it, and I'm just like, well, it's what I've got right now. So
is that Rachel's? Is it, or is that?
It's her parents I'm borrowing.
Right. Okay.
And I'm just like. It's huge. I'm just trying to get used to it, and I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what else to say. Really, it's an entirely different.
It's something that kind of occurred to me when I was in the US. Like in the UK, almost every single car you step down into, and I'd say like almost probably half or more than half of the things in the US you step up into. Like, they're pickups or 4x4s or, like, these massive-ass sedans where it's like, yeah, you're sitting in them, but you're basically at head height.
Yeah.
It's just like... Everything's about 1.5 times wider.
Yes, yeah. The roads are massive as well. So I'm trying to get myself calibrated on the roads as well, make sure I'm like driving in the lane and everything, because I've only just got my driving license at I got it 31st of January, so 31st December, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Again, at 31st of January, you got 3 days to wait, mate. So,
yeah, I know, right?
There's questions there.
Yeah, I know. And because my employment authorization expires at the end of this year, my driving license also expires at the end of this year. So I'm just waiting for my green card. To
wait, so you're going straight for green card now?
Well, temporary green card that lasts for 2 years, and then permanent green card which lasts for 10 years, and then hopefully sometime in there I might be able to find time to get citizenship. And that's another thing as well. So if people are going to try and employ me, I'm just like, here's my employment authorization card. You can employ me until essentially my birthday, because my birthday is December 13th. My employment authorization was issued on December 13th. So it's just, yeah, I know that I have until my birthday to have my green card through, or otherwise, I'm stuffed for a little bit. But I also, that's one of the things I've got to hand over. I'm like, here, look at this. And they'll be like, oh, you're going to be employed to the end of this year. I'm just like, I don't really want to, no. It's just
so in that case, then it might be the case of, there's taking anything you can get, and then maybe for the rest of the year, then by the time the green card comes around, keep looking, almost.
Yes.
Like, maybe this time next year, like, maybe you're in a job, but it's like, it might be great. Like, you might want to just continue in it, but, like, you don't have to be married to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're going to land on your feet. Like, as soon as you get to interview, you'll be fine. Like, someone like you, as soon as you get to interview, you'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'm sure I will, but yeah, it's just getting there right now, because I've applied to I don't know how many jobs right now, and I've not heard anything back, and it's just discouraging. That's how it is. It's always how it is. So
you're not going to hear anything back within a week.
No, I know.
This is the thing. Like, legitimately, it was so dumb, because like I applied for a load of places, and then I got this place, and 2 months into working for my current job, I got a call off one of the places I applied to, just like not as an open position, but somewhere I'd worked before. That I was like, hey guys, if there's an opening is there an opening in the team right now? And they're like, no, sorry, but we'll let you know if something comes up. And they call me back like, hey, something came up. We want to bring you in for interview. And I'm just like, I've just started and I'm in my probation period. Like, contractually, I'm not allowed to quit until 3 months from now. And they're like, is there nothing you can do? I'm just like, I can't. I'm sorry, lads. And they were like, we got to employ someone. Like, we need someone to do this job, like, within the month. So, really sorry, but we're going to have to... I'm just like, guys, I understand. But I was just... Internally, I'm just like... Because I'd have much preferred to go work for those people than, like, my job at the moment. Like, I'm not saying the job at the moment's bad.
Yeah.
But I'd have preferred to be working for the Fusion guys in Oxford again. Because that was quite a fun job, to be honest. Though it was yeah, I think I've talked about that on the podcast, like when I was there, actually. How many years ago that was. But yeah, it's just like... Yeah, and then like about 6 months after that, sort of just October time, they sent me another email being like, hey, so this other position's come up. Are you interested? I'm just like, you know what, I'm kind of settled here now, so maybe later. Like, maybe a few years down the line. But Bristol's nice to be here at the moment, so I'm going to stay put.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's a bit of a mess, really. But you'll find something eventually. I'm not worried. Yes. I mean, I hope you're not worried.
No. I have like a year's salary in the bank. I don't want to burn through it, but it's there. So.
Well, yeah. Once you get a job, you can use half of that towards something. Keep the other half for savings. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. So, I'm just looking at it all right now. Right, let's close out with like a final. What games have you been playing recently?
So I've been playing. Oh god, I got loads of. I got a few games over Christmas actually. So I bought Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt. I don't think I even got. I got through like some of the tutorial. I think I'm still technically in the tutorial. and I'm not enjoying it, and I'm just like, this just feels like clunky. Like everyone's like, oh my god, The Witcher 3 is like one of the best games ever, and it won like so many Game of the Year awards. But I'm playing it, and like, I played the combat, and I'm like, okay, the combat's like quite technical. This is okay, but then as soon as you sheath the sword, and it's just like, oh, you go from like being almost like a Zelda lock-on to like you could spin like 180 degrees. Oh, sorry, 360 degrees in like under a second by just doing this to the thing, and Geralt just goes woo, and it's just like, oh, the controls are really loose. And just everything feels really floaty, and I'm just like, I don't know if I'm going to get along with this. I don't feel like I have what's getting to me. So what's getting to me is that at the moment, I don't know whether this is going to change later on. At the moment, I don't feel like the game has weight. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you play like a shooter, and it's just like the guns just have like no kick, or they have like no sort of personality about them. They just like kills the entire experience, and it's like comparing, and you can't help but do it because it's a third-person hack and slash. Comparing The Witcher to Dark Souls, I'm just like, the combat is just much more visceral and much more impactful. And or even comparing it to something which is probably a bit closer, like Shadow of Mordor, where it's like, things feel like it feels connected in a way. Like, and everything feels like it's being done for a purpose, and it's like everything feels like it has weight to it. Like when you swing a sword and decapitate a thing's head, the noise and like the speed at which you do it, it feels good. But like Witcher just felt like floaty, for lack of a better term. I don't know. Nah. So I gotta play that for more than like an hour and a half. I played it for, but anyway, been playing a lot of Destiny 2. We've both been playing
a little bit of that. Yes.
Yeah, both been playing that. So you did a raid. So which raid did you do recently?
We did the most recent one, Garden of Salvation. We got to the final boss.
Where's that raid? Is that the one on?
It's the one that's on the moon, but takes place in the Black Garden, which is like the end of the original Destiny 1 campaign.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And so there were 4 sections that we went through, like the intro to the raid, which is like a fun, just connect a square to a cross by tethering through the people that are in the team, then picking up cubes that the boss drops. You don't fight the boss until the 3rd phase. So you like unlock it and just run through, have a good time, and just open up the raid essentially and start learning the mechanics. In the second one, you learn a new mechanic, which is, it kind of functions like Gambit. You kill enemies and they drop motes. Then you have to deposit the motes. Once you've deposited the motes, you get an empowered buff. So things have clear shields on them, so you can clear off the shields off of them, and you've got to make sure that they don't get to one of the like spires and sacrifice themselves. And then the next phase kind of combines both things, but the boss is now active and available, so you have 3 people doing the moat thing with Minotaurs in the centre, and the boss floats off to the sides, and you have to shoot one of the 2 eyes on the fins, either on the inside or the outside, which someone calls. And we did well up to there. We went through, it was our first run, and we got through all of that in just under 2 hours.
It's not bad going for a raid.
No. And but we also have been playing raids together, me and this group, since I think when Crota's End came out, if not Vault of Glass just before Crota's End. And that was year 1 Destiny 1 before the first expansion, which is Crota's End. So we've been playing together 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, so you got the coordination,
it's not
you
really
got teamwork
surprising that our group can just be like, okay, let's go, and like smash through a raid's first attempt in like 2 hours. And then there's like the final boss where you kind of combine everything. A platform is set up in front of the boss. Bits start disappearing from it when people get teleported through to go and grab motes and come back and bank them. They also get the empower, then waves of enemies come forwards that need to be cleared. And the platforms start disappearing, and you need to use the tether mechanic to respawn the platform so that you actually have an area to stand on. It's interesting, it's fun, we had a good time with it. And yeah, we need to do. Me and the group need to do more raids. You feel free to join us. I will try and see if
I'm not really like I'm not practiced at doing raids is the thing, and I'm also I don't think it matters for raids, but like my light level is still like building, like
okay.
I'm at like 920 ish.
Okay, so I think for this raid the power level's probably 930 or 940.
Yeah.
Because it is the most recent one. The other ones all don't matter, they're all lower.
Yeah. Like, the only raid that I've done so far, and I didn't even finish it, was I've done it, well, I've actually done it twice almost. Like, yeah. I've done these bits of it twice.
Yes.
And I've never fought the boss either time. But it's Leviathan's Breath. It's the Leviathan raid.
Yes.
So that's the first raid that came out of Destiny 2, and like, because that sounds nice that the mechanics build off each other like section to section. Because like Leviathan is just like, right, there's just these 3 sections that are basically unrelated aside from the fact that it's Cabal, and then there's the boss, which is also completely unrelated mechanically to all the rest of it.
Actually, the boss itself, Callus, does have elements that show up in the rest of the raid. In that there are scions that you need to hit to.
Well, yeah, that's the
as well as like the symbols that are throughout. But yeah, it isn't.
The scion, yeah, okay. So the scions are the only thing because they're actually in all of they're in the baths. They're in the they're in the gauntlet. Oh, the gauntlet. Yeah, the gauntlet. And I don't think they're in the dogs. No, they're not in the dogs. No, they're not. They don't appear in dogs.
No, they're in the Castellum when you enter as well, though, so that you can actually do damage to the standard reclaimer.
Yeah.
So
good memory.
Yeah.
Good memory.
I played it relatively recently, I think.
But so we played that recently, and like when we did it back in I think Destiny Year 1 that was still when we first bought the game, and I can't remember what the fire team was at the time, but I remember that it took us like 6 hours. Because we were so uncoordinated and like people were getting pissed off, and we managed to get done. What did we get done? Shit, we got done Baths, and we got done Gauntlet, and Gauntlet was pissing people off. And it got to the point where one person got so annoyed, and so it wasn't even just annoyed. They were so upset, that she couldn't do what she was meant to do. Like she understood what was supposed to happen. But just mechanically, she just could not do it. She got so annoyed that she disconnected and like just completely just was like, nope, just alt F4 out of everything and turn the computer off. And like we couldn't get hold of them. We were like, fuck, there's only 5 of us now. And then suddenly, we got a 6th person. We dragged somebody in. But like then we had to teach him what to do. Yeah. But like the most recent time, that was 2 years ago. But like the most recent time we did it again, like we did dogs and we did. Baths, and then I had to disconnect because I ran out of time. Which I knew was going to happen beforehand because I was just like, yeah, I've done most things before and I understand the dogs, so I'll go with you. We'll do this. We got done those, and then I had to disconnect. Somebody was ready to replace me, and they just finished the raid in like an hour and a half after that, and I was just like, for fuck's sake. Like the first time they got to Callus as well, they finished it first time because they knew what to do. And I was just there like, oh... Damn it!
There's 2. How many other raids are there? There's 2, aren't there? There's
Leviathan. Well, there's.
Oh no.
Are you counting Prestige?
No.
Yeah. So there's Leviathan.
So many. Yeah.
There's Leviathan.
Spiral
there's Last Wish.
Stars.
There's the one you've just done.
Yes. Garden of Salvation.
Garden of Salvation. What was the second one you said?
Spyro of Stars.
Yep, Spyro of Stars.
And the other raid layer. Then there's the one that's in the city.
There's one that's in There's one that's in Dreaming City.
Yeah, that's Last Wish.
Oh, is that Last Wish? Yeah, it is Last Wish.
Yeah. There's the one that takes place on Earth. I want to say Wrath of the Machine, and it's not Wrath of the Machine because that was from Destiny 1.
Which one takes place on Earth? Because I'm thinking in my head, like I'm remembering like the maps of all the areas. Because the raid
one that rewards anarchy, I know that much.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's. I'm sure there's another one that I can't remember.
I don't think there is. There's only 4 or 5. There's not many.
There's
the two. There's a 2 for Callus. There's
3. There's a second raid layer there as well. There's Spire of Stars and another one, and I can't remember what it is.
There is because I remember the only reason I know this is because
and then there's the new one as well that's on there. So there's 4 on the Leviathan.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
because there's 2 layers and 2 raids.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the one on Earth, the Last Wish, and the new.
How do you start the one on Earth? I don't remember where that is.
It's the one that's tied to the Black Armory.
There's one tied to the Black Armory? What?
Yes. Yeah.
The fuck? What? I don't remember this.
It's really fun. I've done it like twice.
Okay, I'll have to look for that because I have quite a lot of fun with the Black Armory stuff, and I gotta say I enjoy Black Armory weapons. Black Armory weapons are pretty fucking solid.
Yes.
I'm also fully decked out in my exotic and Black Armory gear right now.
Yeah, the Annealed Shaper stuff for Warlocks is like my favourite aesthetic.
Oh, I'm Titan. I'm also. It's so good because I've got like this great shader as well where I'm just like I'm gold and silver, like I'm just chrome, and it's just I just look fucking amazing, so good. This is why it's taken me ages to get my light level up because I don't want to get rid of my armor because I should just be taking in a weapons and armor at whatever power it gives me.
Just take them and leave them in your inventory.
Yeah, I should do that. I should do that.
You don't need to equip them. It just does it smart as to what's going on.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay. That's good to know. That's good to know because I can stop demolishing stuff because I'm just like I'm drowning in legendary shards right now and I'm just like I don't want legendary shards. I want motherfucking upgrade. What do you call them?
You just want powerful rewards, right?
No, it's not even that. It's like I want because I'm upgrading my current gear. I need fucking upgrade modules, and the best way to get upgrade modules is to make them from Banshee. But you need enhancement cores for that. I don't have fucking enhancement cores. Because I use them all.
Yeah.
For making fucking upgrades, and this is the thing. So it's a vicious circle.
Yes, it is.
But anyway,
I'm just trying to. Well, last season I tried my best to get the title for the season, which was Undying. This season there's the Savior title, and I'm like 3 things away. One of which is defeat Inatem at the Sundial, and one of them's defeat Inatem on Heroic at the Sundial, and then the other one's do Empyrean Foundation, which also isn't out yet. So Heroic Inatem isn't out yet either. So it's like I'm just waiting for that to come out before I can get the title. So I think they come out on the same day as well. So.
I need to do Sundial because until about a week ago I didn't have the season pass.
Okay.
So I wasn't able to do Sundial. Because that's locked out to season pass owners. So as of a week ago, I've got it, and then I I've heard good things about the Saint 14 quest, so I did that, and that was fucking great.
It's good fun.
And then I've actually been quite enjoying doing getting the time lost bounties from the obelisks and getting stuff because I recently got the shotgun. Saint 14 shotgun, I can't remember what it's called now.
Perfect Paradox.
Yeah, Perfect Paradox. I recently got that with Demolitionist and with Swashbuckler on it.
Oh, nice.
So it's a really nice fully auto shotgun. It's a good combination of stuff. I'm just like, I'm going to keep this now for a while. This is what keeps happening because I'm very slowly building my way up. I keep just curating the drops. So I have a load of really good weapons. They're just a slightly lower power. Like I have a it's a Gambit shotgun, Parcel of Stardust, I think it's called. Yeah, Parcel of Stardust. I got a Parcel of Stardust with full auto trigger and rampage, which is also very fucking nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
And I've managed to masterwork that as well. And then I got the same 14 shotgun. I'm like, well, I just wasted all my things masterworking this, but never mind. And there's loads of weapons that I just have. But what's annoying me the fucking most at the moment? Is my favourite exotic in that game is Sweet Business. It is. I'm a Titan, I have Actium War Rig, I have Sweet Business. This is just fun. This is what I do when I'm having to try hard. It's I put those on and I just hose things. I have been finding, as a run in the past 2 weeks, I've been finding a new exotic, and then almost immediately afterwards, the catalyst for that exotic. and I haven't found it for fucking Sweet Business yet, and it's annoying the fuck out of me. Like, I got within an hour, I randomly found Lord of Wolves, and then I got, like, I was on Mercury, right?
Yeah.
And I killed just like a orange health hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't even like a really special, like, it was a slightly special. Killed him, out pops a exotic engram, and I'm like, what? Grab that, Lord of Wolves. Fuck yes, Lord of Wolves. Been, kind of wanting this for a while because I'm a scrub in PvP and I need to learn how to be good. No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not terrible. But yeah, it's like, oh, Lord of Wolves, because Atlas has been going on about this for a while and he said it's a good gun. Sure, I'll use it, I'll try it. And then Atlas and Andy joined me. We did one strike. Yeah. And at the end of that strike, he gave me the Lord of Wolves catalyst. And I was just like, God, fucking damn it! Like, I got tractor cannon catalyst, which I've masterworked. I got cold heart catalyst, which I've masterworked. I got a lot of wolves. I got Darcy. I got fucking. I got a catalyst. No, I got like a weapon. I got like an ornament for a exotic I don't even have yet, and I'm just like, what can I do with this? This is pointless. And I'm just waiting for that Sweet Business catalyst to drop, and it's really annoying me. Anyway, rant over.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, that's the. Yeah, I don't know which catalysts I've got and which I haven't. I'm just playing the game with whatever I like at the moment. At the moment, I'm really enjoying. I got the Vanguard hand cannon. Can't remember what it's called right now.
Oh, the one you got off Zavala?
Yeah, it's a 180 RPM, and it's really nice. I can't
remember.
And
yeah,
then,
I've got a nice hand cannon. I got the Black Armory one. Black Orchid, I think it's called, something like that.
Kindled Orchid?
Kindled Orchid, probably. Yeah, that's it. So I've been having quite a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
But it's just a good game. It's just a good game. It's a fun game to play.
Yes. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. Although, like, I want to play it more, but I don't know. When I logged on the last few times, I've done exactly what I needed to. Like, in terms of, I've gone on, I've made progress onto, like, towards the title that I'm working towards, the Saviour title. And then, if I'm not progressing towards that, I'm not playing. I'm playing something else. And then, forgot my train of thought. No! And then, like, if everyone wants to raid, then I'll, like,
you'll hop in. Because that's the thing. You played that game more than I have, and you have a crew with you who will play that at like a hardcore level almost. So you can get like a lot of the stuff done. Because like we play it like more casually. Like me, Atlas, Andy, we're just like we just fuck around and just like, hey, what do you need to do? Oh, I need to do like some bounties, get like 3. At the moment, I need to get like 150 hive kills. Right, let's do some hive bounty. Let's do some hive things. And we're not even like going high. We're not even going to Nightfall. We're just like, let's just do some fucking. Just do some things.
Within the first 48 hours of this season coming out, I had all 3 pinnacle weapons: the PvP, the Gambit, and the Strikes one.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I had nothing else to do, but I was waiting for stuff. But I didn't find it particularly challenging. There was also the like ranked PvP that you needed to go in and do, and I completed that in like 7 matches because the bar was lowered from last season when you needed to get to 2100. Now you only need to get to 1050 or 1100, and that only takes, if you win all your games, 5 games. But I didn't win all my games. I won like 4, lost 1, and then won 2 more, and I was there. So
because I don't really play Crucible, and I don't really play Gambit that much either. Though recently this week I've had a lot of fun with Crucible, including the fucking Team Scorch. That game mode.
Oh, that's fun.
That was great. I got a 10 kill streak. I was well proud of myself.
Nice.
And then I blew myself up. So that was great. Yeah, no. Anything else aside from Destiny? All right, let's move away from Destiny. We've been chatting about it for about 15 minutes.
That's fine. So Christmas, there was a Good Guy Gamer Secret Santa. Dom drew me and picked up for me Line, Sinker, and Soccer Bond, which are all like small puzzle games. And Soccer Bond is like a chemical building game. so you create chemical compounds based on the puzzle. It's so me. It's
I was about to say, he's such a nerd. Like,
yeah,
like you bring your work home with you.
Yeah, it's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle game. I'm enjoying it. It was fun, and I can't remember what I was trying to say.
But no, I'm glad to hear that the games that got you are like they've entertained you for. I mean, as long as they've entertained you. Like puzzle games are one of those things. It's like they're really good, and unless they're like randomized puzzles somehow, unfortunately, they do have a life.
Yes, my aim is just finish those games. I haven't finished them yet, but like,
okay.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll just sit and I will play them and just solve the puzzles. And they're good fun. I like them. But yeah, how about you? Anything else you've been playing?
I did pick up. Well, I've been playing a lot of Hitman 2. That's just me. I bought Hitman 2 over Chris. Wait, shit! Did I buy it over the Christmas break? I don't remember. When did I buy it? Oh no! If it's over the Christmas break, that's really bad because I have 61 hours in that game now. For a single player game, that's a lot. Yeah, I think I bought it at the start of. It might have been. No, I know I bought it. I bought it at the Halloween sale. That's when I bought it. Bought it at Halloween. So yeah, I've been playing that, and that's good fun. And because Hitman 2 as well, they took Hitman 1. Or actually, no, if you owned Hitman 1, they have taken all the Hitman 1 levels and just shoved them into Hitman 2. So there's no point having Hitman 1 anymore because it's all in Hitman 2.
Yeah.
Which is great, but I had to like go through and like do all my. I had like none of my equipment because I played Hitman 1 to death essentially because I had all the equipment and all the stuff, and I was like, I just play this for fun now. And then like Hitman 2 comes out, and I'm like, yes, and I go in and I'm just like, oh shit. I'm playing the Hitman 2 levels because they unlock immediately, but it's just like, oh, Hitman 1 levels, cool. I'll go in with my oh, I don't have any of my stuff, like to the point where I didn't even have a lockpick, and I was just like, I gotta work at this.
Yeah.
So as of actually before we started this, I've now got all of the Hitman 1 levels almost fully completed.
Nice.
Like I've got to do a silent assassin suit only, which is don't disguise yourself as anyone, don't get spotted, kill the target, nobody can find the body.
Oof.
Which is pretty rough in a stealth game where it's like just places, if somebody sees you, somebody's like, hey you, what are you doing? Like you can't get spotted at all, or by cameras either. And if you do get spotted by cameras, you got to erase the evidence, which is very difficult because you have to break into the security area. That's just swarming with guards, as you'd imagine.
Shockingly, the security area is secure.
Shockingly, the security area is secure. So I've been playing that a lot, but that's kind of been like my, hey, I've got 40 minutes to kill. Let's go quickly do an assassination. Let's just go quickly do that. And like, I've been challenging myself, like, right, okay, I'm going to start with nothing but emetic stuff, which is like you hit somebody with it, like emetic gas grenades or whatever, and it makes them vomit. So it's like, all right, let's try and kill everyone with these. It's great fun.
Nice.
But
I've been playing a little game called Forager, which is a 2D game. It's kind of Minecraft-y, but also Stardew Valley-like, I guess. And you're just a character in a world, and you've got to level up and gather all the stuff that's around, and just gather resources to build small structures and stuff.
That sounds quite nice.
I don't really understand the point of the game, other than just upgrading stuff and gathering levels and coins so that you can buy more tiles of world and just generally increase the size of the world that you're on.
There was a great game that we were playing for a little bit. Not multiplayer, but it was just like one thing that somebody found was just like, hey, this is a cheap little game. A game called Islanders. And that's great fun because it starts you out on an island and it's just like, right, here's buildings. And you place buildings on the island and they give you points depending on like which building is close to each other and like this. So like you put down like a mill, and if you put down farmland normally gives you like 4 points, but if you put it down next to a mill, it gives you like 8. For example. And then like if you put anything by a town centre, it normally increases in price, but like there's some things you can't have near each other, like markets you can't have near like stonemasons, because stonemasons are working places, not markets, sorry, like the circus, sorry, you can't have near a stonemason because it distracts the guys, so you lose points. Like temples on their own don't give you any points, but you've got to like build stuff around them, so then you can put the temple in, it will give you a shit ton of points. And that's all it is. It's just make points, and the more points you get, eventually you'll unlock like the next island, and you'll move along and you'll start from scratch again on a new island, and eventually you get to the point where you put down your last structure, and it's like, oh, because the more points you get as well, there's like this bar which goes round, and then once the bar goes around, it like, oh, here's a lot more buildings, here's a few more buildings, here's a few more.
Okay.
So like you start off and it's like all you start with is like, right, here's 6 farm plots and a mill. So you put those down, it's like, oh, that's enough to get, so you can start now putting down houses. You put those down, it's like, oh, okay, you can now start putting down like these features and this, that, and the other, and then you start like getting artsy with it. And then eventually it will give you like some complicated stuff, or you move on to the next land. But it's the point of it is just to build. There's no like grand arching stories, no unlocks, there's no nothing. It's just like, right, here's a game about points, see how far you can get.
Nice.
And it's a very chilled and relaxing game. But yeah, sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes it's like games don't necessarily have to have a point in a weird way. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not like again playing Destiny where it's like, right, you want to get this new gun, or you want to get this thing, you want to complete this quest and do this objective. It's just like, no, let's just chill for a while. Just build stuff. You know?
Yeah, makes sense. I'm really enjoying Forager. It's just a game where if I'm like, I'm fed up of just playing games with like massive intensity. It's just like, I'll just sit and play it for as long as I want to. I'll just lose track of time playing it as well.
Yeah, I mean,
a good sign of a game, innit?
Yeah, a sign of a good game is that you can start playing it and then you just get so engrossed.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think we are running to the end of our time, which is unfortunate because this is, it could be the last one.
Yeah,
such a shame.
Definitely. I
Never
need to get
mind.
cooking in a minute, actually, because I'm making some stuff. We got some cookbooks for Christmas, and I don't know if we've bought any other ones recently, but yeah.
I got for Christmas my first cookbook.
Oh yeah.
Somebody bought me because I quite like curry. Like going out for takeaways and Indian stuff, and somebody got me like the Hairy Bikers Guide to Curry.
Oh, nice.
It's Hairy Bikers cookbook, and I'm just like, I gotta learn to cook curry now.
That's one of the things I want to learn to cook the most. Luckily, today I am making recipes from a book called Indian-ish.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll flip through. I'll flip through the book and see if there's any. There's probably some vegetarian curries I can forward over to you actually. See if you're interested.
This book is all vegetarian stuff apart from 4 recipes. It's like 3 chicken recipes and a fish recipe. I'm just like, yay! The rest of the book is good for me.
Good stuff. Yeah.
So I'm gonna be going through that, and I've got 2 things to make. It's probably gonna take me about 2 hours to make, and I'm gonna get started on it about 5 o'clock, which is pretty soon. So fun. But thank you very much for being my guest yet again.
It's all right, Topham. Normally I sign off with the same thing every time. Yeah. So I did the same intro as well. I didn't realize I was doing it till about 3 times in. I was like, I got to keep doing this now. But no, Top. It's been. I can't sign off in the same way because I can't say anytime because this will be it. So
I know, right?
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. So thank you.
Thank you
I genuinely have enjoyed these.
They've been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed recording with you, and I hope to just chat with you more now.
Yeah, just get your ass in Discord. This is the thing.
To do that. Once I get a job, though, that'll mean it'll be limited to weekends as well.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah,
problematic, but
If you get, you did mention earlier about if you see me online. Mm-hmm. And like your guys with the Destiny are like, I need to, I want to do a raid, but there's only 5 of us, and you need a 6th. Let me know. I will be shocking to begin with, but I'll learn pretty quickly, and that could be quite fun.
We have the capabilities.
Yes, we have the technology. But no, back to the topic. Yes, thank you very much, Topham. It has been an absolute pleasure to do these with you over the past. It must have been about 5
years.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years. Was I like... I was... Oh, God. When you did community chats, I can't remember whether I was like number I think I was like number 3, wasn't I, or some shit? I can't remember.
I think you were pretty early on.
Yeah.
Give me a second. We will have a quick look, but
Oh,
yeah.
quickly looking things up. Cut this bit out.
I know. I'm not gonna do that.
No, you're not.
No, there's episode 98 with McDom.
That was it?
4 years ago. No.
Can't be right.
Absolutely not it. Absolutely not. Let's have a look. Oh my god, I recorded so many videos back in the past. Oh,
I know, right?
how long? Oh my god, I recorded so much stuff, didn't I?
You have recorded a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, look, I've gone onto your YouTube channel. I'm scrolling through. Look at you from fucking 5 years ago. Look at that face. Look at that. Look at that hair.
Crazy. I know. Further back you go as well. Like it's all shaved off as well.
Yep. About halfway through.
I recorded with Emma first on episode 5.
Yeah.
That's like the earliest person I think.
Who are you still recording with? Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just trying to see.
Oh man, Topham Chaps episode 4, Shelby G. Jesus, what happened to her?
I know, right? She's in California.
Hello, Zelda.
Having a good time.
I saw a tweet from her the other day. We're getting off topic once again. We need to shut this down before we overrun.
Try and find when we first recorded together, but I don't know when that was. I can't find it.
I got 58. That's
Okay.
the.
Oh, I could probably do Control F.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess 58.
58. Oh, okay, I thought it was better than
That's
that.
close enough.
Oh,
It
my.
says 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Maybe
Fucking
4
hell.
years ago. Crazy.
And the first and oh shit, the one. Yeah.
Interesting.
The
Use
last.
Dark Souls footage.
Yeah,
with
the
bots.
most of them. I'm not sorry. I'm looking at Destroy Topham. I'm looking on your thing. And I'm just like, yeah, like most of these have Dark Souls gameplay behind it.
Dark Souls.
Wonder why.
Dark Souls. Destiny. Fallout 4. Fallout 4. Yeah, Fallout 4. Fallout 4. Oh no, I played that for a while. Crazy.
Might want to get back into that game. I haven't played that game in a while.
It's good fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
fun.
we got distracted.
Again, yeah. Alright.
But yeah, thanks very much for recording with me. Not just now, but all of the times. And yeah, it's been great.
It's always a pleasure,
As we
Top.
get into like the final 10 episodes. Yes, thank you everyone for listening. Have an exciting week. Goodbye.
Toodles.